Guys, Marco Rubio was just asked a very pointed question by a New York Times reporter in a press briefing. I'm going to show you the clip. It's absolutely insane. He asked literally three questions. He asked about the Panama Canal, Haiti, and then the big one, USAID, and the big announcement that you have 30 days. 30 days, guys. It's absolutely insane. Guys, do me a big favor. Hit that like button as y'all watch this clip.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, Mr. President. Michael Crowley with the New York Times. Mr. Secretary, there's some confusion today about American diplomacy with Panama now, as you must be aware. Wondering if you could clarify for us. As you surely know, after the State Department announced last night that Panama had supposedly agreed to waive fees for U.S. government vessels transiting the canal, the Panama Canal Authority quickly denied this, and today President Molino, who seems rather upset, called the State Department statement on this lies and falsehoods. Can you tell us your understanding of how we reached this point of confusion and where you understand the situation to be right now? Is there an agreement? What's the point of confusion here? And on USAID, if I may quickly, we are hearing from employees abroad who are confused, anxious, and in some cases actually panicked about the order to return within 30 days, which is not that much time to uproot and relocate from a foreign country. Do you plan on offering these employees any more guidance on this process? And in particular, are you able to say whether people can serve out their administrative leave in their mission country, or are they required to return home even if they're not using government resources? And Mr. President, please, you said that the leadership of the U.S. is fundamental and there is no substitute in finding some sort of a solution for Haiti. The president of Haiti's Transitional Council seems very concerned about this, said a couple of weeks ago he believes that President Trump does not care about Haiti and that the Trump administration's policies will be a catastrophe for his country. Can you just give us a sense of your confidence level that the Trump administration will follow through and exercise the sort of leadership role you described? Thank you.
What was it? Let me answer the first two because I think they were for me. But what was the first one again? I apologize.
And the state of the diplomacy, what led to the confusion and where things stand now.
And then the second one was USAID. Okay.
Yes, please. Thanks.
I'm not confused about Panama. We had conversations. I felt there were strong first steps. We have expectations we made clear in those conversations. I respect very much that Panama has a process. They're a democratically elected government. They have rules, they have laws, they're going to follow their process, but our expectations remain the same. In particular on that, I would just say that the United States has a treaty obligation to protect the Panama Canal if it comes under attack. That treaty obligation would have to be enforced by the armed forces of the United States, particularly the U.S. Navy. I find it absurd that we would have to pay fees to transit a zone that we are obligated to protect in a time of conflict. Those are our expectations. They were clear. They were clearly understood in those conversations. But I respect very much the fact that Panama has a process of laws and procedures that they need to follow as it relates to the Panamanian Canal authorities. We'll allow them to work through those processes. We intend to make it amicable the way our visits were. As far as the USAID, a couple points. The goal of our endeavor has always been to identify programs that work and continue them, and to identify programs that are not aligned with our national interests and identify those and address them. So we have sent out guidance to those deployed abroad that they will be on leave of absence, not fired, leave of absence as of Friday. And then we made very clear in the message, it's there and it's written in the message that was posted, that if there are exceptional circumstances regarding family or displacement, or maybe their spouse is employed in the embassy, so they're co-located and their children are in school, there is room and space for that. We also made clear in the guidance that there would be specially designated programs that would not be a part of that order. And we are working through the process of identifying them now, what those specially designated programs are, and we will continue to work through the process of finding them. The third point I would make is that people were given 30 days that we would help bring them home if they so desired during that 30-day period. And at the same time, the expectation, as I said, that if they have a special condition or something's going on, we didn't list them all, but we're willing to listen to those. We're not trying to be disruptive to people's personal lives. We're not being punitive here. But this is the only way we've been able to get cooperation from USAID. I had preferred not to do it this way. When we tried to do it from the top down by getting cooperation from the central office of USAID, what we found instead are people trying to use the system to sneak through payments and push through payments despite the stop order. We found people that were uncooperative in terms of giving us information and access, all very consistent with some of the things we experienced while we were in Congress. And so we've had to do this other route instead. But we are going to do foreign aid. The United States will be providing foreign aid, but it is going to be foreign aid that makes sense and is aligned with our national interest. And I know the last question wasn't for me, but I want to address that as well. Number one, the United Nations is sitting on $100 million in their fund. The United States has provided 15 of the $100 million for that fund. Okay, that only 13 million of that is currently frozen. That means they still have $85 million plus the 1-point-something million they spent that we already have in there available for the mission. That's clear. And that's not an impediment to the mission continuing. Beyond the UN fund, I've issued a waiver providing for the use of, I think it's close to $40 million of additional support. And those contracts are out there and they're working now. They're providing logistical support both to the mission and to the Haitian National Police. Those are facts. So I could just say that's a pretty strong commitment, and it's certainly a lot stronger commitment than some of the other rich countries around the world who aren't doing nearly as much. By the way, it's a credit to Kenya, who's come halfway around the world and are willing to stand up and do something about it, when countries in our own hemisphere, they're not willing to do anything about it. And I don't want to go through and list all of them and start some diplomatic fight my 2.5 weeks into my term here. But I'm just telling you, there's some rich countries out there, and they're not doing nearly enough about it, and they could be doing more. So I encourage them to do more.
Okay, guys, let's break this down, everything that he said here, including, we'll start with USAID, because I know that that's the main reason that y'all came to this video. And first of all, guys, can I say thanks for watching to this point? Thanks for leaving a like. The likes really do help out the channel, help out with the algorithm. And guys, if you're not a member of The Difference, hit that subscribe button. Join The Difference, guys. We're a group of Christian conservatives who really believe in the original qualities of this country, the original principles, the foundational policies, the things that made this country great. That's what we want to get back to, guys. All right, so USAID. Why the panic? USAID employees were given 30 days to return. Reports say many employees abroad are anxious, confused, even panicked over the sudden order to return home within just 30 days. Rubio emphasized that this isn't a mass firing. Did y'all notice that? Employees will be put on a leave of absence instead. But my question is this a fair solution? Could this move, now y'all let me know, guys. I'm just asking the questions here, okay? Could this move either destabilize U.S. foreign aid efforts? Could it hurt international relations? Or is this a good, positive move for our country to kind of cut the fat, right, and get to the important things? Even what Rubio was saying there, he doubled down on the idea that U.S. foreign aid needs to benefit America first. Y'all heard that? He also revealed that some USAID employees were trying to bypass the system to sneak payments through despite a stop order. Did y'all hear that? That's absolutely insane to me. Is this a necessary cleanup of wasteful spending, or is it disrupting legitimate humanitarian efforts? Guys, I want to know what y'all think. Put it down in the comments. Should foreign aid be scaled back, or should the U.S. maintain a strong presence abroad when it comes to foreign aid? I need to know, guys, what y'all's opinions are. We've got to figure this out, guys. This is major what is happening right now. This is the first thing that the Doge Committee has identified as something that needs to be cut out, and that is exactly what they are doing right now. Now, let's talk about Panama Canal, okay? Because what is the controversy with the Panama Canal right now? Well, I think there's a little bit of confusion over U.S. diplomacy with Panama. And notice, I mean, that the New York Times reporter there was obviously pointed in his questions, but the State Department announced that Panama agreed to waive fees for U.S. vessels that were transiting the Panama Canal. But Panama's government immediately denied this. Panama's President Molino called the U.S. statement, quote, lies and falsehoods. And that's a pretty strong accusation. So my question is, who is misrepresenting the facts here? What does this say about U.S. diplomatic strategy under the current administration? Is there a failure in communication, or is there something else at play? I'll tell you one thing, guys. I know Trump's a strong player. Marco Rubio's got his back all the way. So I think you're going to see a lot of countries that are going to push back a little bit, and we're gonna see all this kind of hashes out. Okay, he then talks about Haiti. So I want to talk about Haiti for a second. Haiti's concerns about U.S. leadership. President of Haiti's Transitional Council accused the Trump administration of not caring about Haiti and claimed their policies would be a catastrophe for the country. Well, Rubio noticed in this interview, he pushed back hard, saying the U.S. is already one of the biggest contributors to Haiti, while wealthy countries in the region do nothing. So, should the U.S. continue to play a leadership role in Haiti? Or should we let other countries step up and pay their part? Is there a double standard where the U.S. is always expected to lead, but other nations don't pull their weight? Now, my final questions to y'all guys is, what do you think about Marco Rubio's stance on Panama Canal fees? Should the U.S. reduce foreign aid spending? Or does this move hurt our global influence? And how should the U.S. handle the Haiti situation? Should we continue to lead or let other nations take responsibility? Leave a comment down below and let's discuss this. Let's hash it all the way out, guys. I want to know y'all's opinions 100% on this. Everything that's happening right now, I mean, it is coming like fast. Every hour, I feel like there's a big update because the Trump administration is moving so quickly, guys. The Doge Committee is already targeting their next target, and that is the Education Department. So lots to come, guys. Make sure you're a subscriber. And I'm going to be bringing y'all the updates, guys, the raw footage of everything that everyone is saying so that you know the truth, guys, of what's going on. Not trying to spin this in any direction. Just want the truth to be out there, and I want to make this country a better place, guys. So let's do it together. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Like, comment, and I will see you again later with another update, guys. Y'all take it easy.